I am Audrey and welcome to my channel, The Backstory and More. If you are interested in knowing what happened before each Sunday school lesson, you are at the right place. Thank you, viewers and subscribers. Please, before this video ends, give me a thumbs up and feel free to comment. The Sunday school lesson for September 11, 2022 is God chooses the younger twin. And the question is, what prompted Rebekah to inquire of the Lord? The agenda: I will share the backstory, read the lesson text, and offer a brief summary. The backstory. Let's begin. The second half of Genesis introduces us to Abraham, formerly known as Abram. Abraham had sons by several women. Sarah bore him Isaac. Hagar, the Egyptian servant, bore him Ishmael. After Sarah's death, Abraham married Keturah, who bore him 6 sons. The birth of Isaac begins with Genesis 21, verses 1 through 3. Now the Lord was gracious to Sarah, as he had said, and the Lord did for Sarah what he had promised. Sarah became pregnant and bore a son to Abraham in his old age, at the very time God had promised him. Abraham gave the name Isaac to the son Sarah bore him. The birth of Isaac continues in Genesis chapter 21, verses 4 through 7. When his son Isaac was 8 days old, Abraham circumcised him, as God commanded him. Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born to him. Sarah said, "God has brought me laughter, and everyone who hears about this will laugh with me." And she added, "Who would have said to Abraham that Sarah would nurse children? Yet I have borne him a son in his old age." God chooses the younger twin. Genesis chapter 25, verses 19b through 34. Key text: The Lord said to her, "2 nations are in your womb, and 2 peoples from within you will be separated. One people will be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger." Genesis 25, verse 23. Verses 19b through 20. Abraham became the father of Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he married Rebekah, daughter of Bethuel, the Aramean from Padan Aram, and the sister of Laban, the Aramean. Verse 21. Isaac prayed to the Lord on behalf of his wife because she was childless. The Lord answered his prayer, and his wife Rebekah became pregnant. Verse 22. The babies jostled each other within her, and she said, "Why is this happening to me?" So she went to inquire of the Lord. Verse 23. The Lord said to her, "2 nations are in your womb, and 2 peoples from within you will be separated. One people will be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger." Verse 24. When the time came for her to give birth, there were twin boys in her womb. Verse 25. The first to come out was red, and his whole body was like a hairy garment. So they named him Esau. Verse 26. After this, his brother came out, with his hand grasping Esau's heel. So he was named Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old when Rebekah gave birth to them. Verse 27. The boys grew up, and Esau became a skillful hunter, a man of the open country, while Jacob was content to stay at home among the tents. Verse 28. Isaac, who had a taste for wild game, loved Esau, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Verse 29. Once, when Jacob was cooking some stew, Esau came in from the open country, famished. Verse 30. He said to Jacob, "Quick, let me have some of that red stew. I'm famished." That is why he was also called Edom. Verse 31. Jacob replied, "First, sell me your birthright." Verse 32. "Look, I am about to die," Esau said. "What good is the birthright to me?" Verse 33. But Jacob said, "Swear to me first." So he swore an oath to him, selling his birthright to Jacob. Verse 34. Then Jacob gave Esau some bread and some lentil stew. He ate and drank, and then got up and left. So Esau despised his birthright. A brief summary. Isaac was married to Rebekah. Rebekah was childless. So Isaac prayed to the Lord, and then his wife Rebekah became pregnant. Within Rebekah's womb, there was a struggle going on. So she went to inquire of the Lord about all the jostling going on within her womb. The Lord revealed that she would give birth to twin boys who would become two nations, even two peoples, and one people will be stronger than the other. Plus, the older will serve the younger. When the twins were born, they could not have been even more different. Esau came out first and was red all over, like a hairy garment. Then his brother Jacob came out, and his hand was grasping Esau's heel. Esau became a skillful hunter, a man of the open country. Jacob was content to stay at home among the tents. Not only did their occupations differ, but Isaac loved Esau for his ability to provide wild game or venison, and Rebekah loved Jacob. Now, such favoritism and preferential treatment is never healthy in any family and tends only to fuel sibling rivalry, as the narrative shows. Esau came in from the open country, famished, and demanded some red lentil stew that Jacob was cooking. Jacob made a deal with Esau and got him to sell his birthright for a bowl of stew, making his older brother swear to him to make it official. Rashly, Esau got his meal and thus despised his birthright. Question: what prompted Rebekah to inquire of the Lord? Answer: the babies jostled each other within her, and she said, "Why is this happening to me?" So she went to inquire of the Lord. Genesis 25:22. Thank you so much for watching. Join me soon for the next backstory.